we talk about another political fail daughter?
Ooh, which one?
Talking about Chelsea Clinton, and I want to talk about a piece courtesy of Bill Scher.
Bill Scher is the brainworm king. Bill Scher, it's like, we've never talked about it on the show before, but you know how, like, we'll make fun of articles that are like, you know who's the original Rosa Parks? Hillary Clinton. We're like, oh, that's stupid. But Bill Scher is like, he's living in 3017. Like, all his articles are like, you know what, actually, Bill Clinton is a black woman. And you're like, why not?
Yo, Bill Scher rules. He's galactic brain.
Yeah,
from the meme.
Bill Scher will tell you straight to your face that fucking Bob Rubin should run for president. He's the fucking king. He's the king.
So as we were talking about, Tom Cotton is going to go to CIA. He's currently a senator from Arkansas. And Bill Scher writes an article for Politico titled, Clinton should run for Cotton's Senate seat.
Ooh, okay.
And it's like, Clinton? Which one? And he goes through and he's like, well, you know, Hillary Clinton, she says, would have to overcome a lot of impediments to become only the
like
third.
stairs.
Ricketts.
So he goes, you know, Hillary's got too much baggage. Bill? No, he's got too much baggage too in today's sort of like post-Harvey
You know, the
Weinstein,
thing where people think rape is bad.
So he says, that leaves us with one Clinton, Chelsea.
Why do we have to pick a Clinton?
Why?
Because the people of Arkansas still love the Clinton family.
No, they don't.
She
They
goes,
definitely don't.
She goes, she has the Clinton.
Because Hillary won Arkansas, as we remember. Remember when she won Arkansas in 2016 in a landslide?
People in Arkansas have fonder memories of the Bin Laden family.
He goes, she has the Clinton name, but little of the Clinton baggage.
Yeah, because she's never done anything.
She wouldn't hurt for name recognition or campaign cash. She's vice chair of the controversy magnet known as the Clinton Foundation, but emails released during the presidential campaign by WikiLeaks and the State Department show Chelsea caught doing good, seeking to root out corruption by foundation officials and warning of problems with the Haiti earthquake relief. She's an Arkansas native, even though she hasn't lived there since she was 12. Sure, she lives in Manhattan now and lacks a Southern accent, but her mom bought her first house in New York 2 months before she launched her Senate bid. We were talking about this earlier. The example of New York is like fucking a total red herring.
Yeah.
New York State, people don't give a fuck at all if you live there. New York State treats politicians like the Yankees treat baseball players. We just want big names just come here and represent
we
us.
had a Kennedy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we just want to, like as Matt said, we just want to think big names. They're like, we feel gratified that they come to us to represent us. Do you think they feel that way at all in fucking the Ozarks? like I said, I was thinking like Chelsea Clinton is going to be campaigning with the campaigning to the women who showed Jennifer Lawrence where her father's body is in Winter's Bone.
She's going to be wearing a camo jacket and one of those hats with a broken brim. I want to see her try Chaw. That would rule.
Chelsea Clinton's campaign announcement, it's going to be her and her fucking moron hedge fund manager, foul husband.
I love that she literally married.
Yeah.
She is Ivanka Trump. She literally married Jared. She has her own Jared.
She married a less attractive
Yeah, she married Jared without the powerhouse Jewish summer camp counselor social charisma. But their campaign ad is going to be them wearing overalls and playing a banjo and washboards. But then she goes, "Let's talk better pay-as-you-go measures for Medicare."
She goes, and no, sorry, I just got to read one more paragraph here. Where
Bill Scher, you fucking
Bill,
dude. I love you.
Bill, yeah,
Man.
King.
The new Bill Bradsky is Bill Scher.
He says, we all know she's gearing up to run for something someday. She sharpened her political presence on Twitter. What is he talking about? She's released 2 books this year, the popular children's history book, She Persisted, and the less noticed but weightier, Governing Global Health, Who Runs the World and Why, in which she and a global public health professor explore how effective international organizations have been at combating infectious diseases.
By Chelsea Clinton, featuring Professor Frink.
That book is this health professor just describing all the new diseases that were discovered on her mother.
This article fucking rules.
You know,
I'm not even mad at this.
I know, Bill Scher.
Now we're rolling kings. Yo, pimps. All pimps out there.
Yeah.
We started the
Bill
show.
Scher, you're the biggest pimp.
We're getting you back. We're getting you back, and there's a lot of despair in the first half. But guys, let's just have fun now. Woohoo! Let's have fun and talk about.
Wait. Before we do, can we just talk about that Chuck Grassley tweet? that comment really briefly.
Okay.
Chuck Grassley, the only person older than Nancy Pelosi.
Well, the thing to mention about that is because it's about this fucking tweet is about the estate tax, which was repealed completely, I believe, in the House version.
Bill, yes,
and will probably make it into committee because they really want to get rid of it. It's
it's not controversial.
Okay,
Yeah.
this wasn't.
But that's what's insane about it. That's the easy for me. The fact that you fuck up messaging on something like the inheritance tax is the biggest indictment possible because everyone hates rich kids.
Yes, thank you.
You're a piece of shit asshole who never lifted a finger, and then you get a bunch of money when your parent dies. It is repulsive. It doesn't even like even the libertarians who fixate on desert theory of wealth and things like that. And people, those CEOs work hard. Well, they're shitty asshole kids, sure as fuck don't, and we all hate them. Who's the bad guy in all the John Wick movies? It's not a mafia boss. It's the mafia boss's shitty fucking kid. That's true of every mafia movie, every gang movie. The bad guy is always the shitty asshole kid who had everything handed to him, never lifted a finger for himself, and that is every rich asshole's kid in America. They would be so easy to point them out and say, these people do not deserve this money. And yet, we are fundamentally incapable of talking about it that way. Part of that reason, by the way, is you have people like Bill Scheer and an entire journalism class of people gormlessly and totally taking in the idea that these dynasties are to be. You just expect, of course, these people's idiot kids are going to be brought into the journalism. Let's bring in Meghan McCain. Let's bring in fucking Ronan Farrow. Oh, hey, is that Abby Huntsman at the door? Come on in. It's a party. You're a bunch of fucking witless dipshits who spent your entire lives like doing coke at your fucking private school and then Instagramming it. And now you're going to talk to us on the fucking national media? Of course there's no fucking vocabulary to point out that these dickheads did nothing to deserve their status and that the money that they're going to get would be vastly better spent actually making people's lives better.
Except Barron, defend Barron.
Yeah, defend Barron. But like if there was a house fire at David Geffen's compound and a fucking a plane crash or on Wall Street, a more ambitious one, and the entire donor class of the Democratic Party got wiped out and it became like a Corbyn party, you would win every seat in the House if you did something like you found every descendant of like the Johnson & Johnson fortune and went to Bushwick and went to their like performance art shows and said this is what we're going to get if we don't tax inheritance 100%.
That's exactly why I don't give a shit. Children are not off limits to these ruling class sickos. We should be attacking Meghan McCain. We should be running ads showing the fucking psychopath Trump sons, not Barron, Meghan McCain, Chelsea Clinton, the cast of HBO's Girls, people who are widely reviled no matter who you are or where you stand in society, unless you're just an extreme partisan moron, and just say, these are the people who benefit at your expense in society. They're getting hundreds of millions of dollars
that they never fucking worked for. But we basically have decided to pretend that you're taxing that's why they call. I mean, that was the Frank Luntz idea was the death tax. You're being taxed at death, but you're dead. The money is no longer yours. It is going to a new person, and that new person is a spoiled piece of shit who's going to use the money to buy a fucking loft in fucking Dumbo and just have a bathtub full of cocaine in it and another bathtub with acid to dissolve the people who overdose on the cocaine accidentally.
And that's the problem is Democrats will never, ever have the moral grounding to be able to make that argument when you have people like Joe Manchin in your caucus.
Yep.
Pimpin'.
Joe Manchin, pimp.
Pimpin'. Let me just spit some truth right here, Pimpin'. Chuck Grassley, this is what he said. This wasn't a tweet, but this was a comment he made about the estate tax. He says, this was just today. He goes, I think not having the estate tax recognizes the people that are investing as opposed to those that are just spending every darn penny they have, whether it's on booze or women or movies.
Stop saying Buster Keaton talkies.
Stop going to the Nickelodeon.
How? That is the oldest sentence I've ever heard. Spending money on movies.
Millennials spend too much money on phosphates.
You can wait until the circus is in town next season.
To watch too many of Mr. Graham's crackers.
Now, if you excuse me, I have to go. Wait, you know what? Actually, he's right. Movies are super expensive now. And another thing, Brain Tonic is back in the form of nootropics. We're in the super gilded age. Holy shit, this rocks, dude. My dad is John D. Rockefeller. I'm gonna write my little fucking diary that I tried smoking cigarettes and it wasn't for me, and my wife joined the temperance movement. I don't give a shit anymore.
Let's have some more fun.
Yeah.
Let's have some more fun and talk about. Let's talk about Jared again.
King. Finally, a man, Chaim Saban, did the ceremony. Jared started reading the Torah. Baruch atah Adonai.
Jared spoke and again. And
He's finally having sex.
This is perfect because it gets back exactly what we were saying about like. If only there was something the Democrats could do. It's just like, well, they had all these choices, and the one they made was to have fucking Chaim Saban be Hillary Clinton's probably biggest booster.
I'm Saban, owner of Deadspin.
This is a shithead who just hosted Jared at the Saban Summit and literally thanked him for what is maybe a violation of the Logan Act, which was reaching out to Russia to intervene in a UN vote about Israeli settlements.
Hold on. You know what? To quote Ricky from Trailer Park Boys, I'm not the sort of person who says a toto-so, but a fucking a toto-so. Remember when we were talking about Russiagate and we're like, Israel does this shit all the time? Well, look who is violating the Logan Act on behest of Israel.
I mean, who the fuck knows if he look? Trump wasn't actually president when he made this overture to Russia, which is funny. But I
mean, it doesn't matter.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. But like, I would just again, I would love to see Jared go to jail. Obviously,
Yeah, that's the only enjoyment we can even vaguely hope for.
I just so this is at the Saban Forum. Brought to you by
I'm perma banned from that forum.
Yeah, and
I'm settlement stomper 58.
You beat me by a second.
Jared,
I saw you reaching.
Jared talked about because he's our special Middle East envoy. And
His official title is Special Little Perfect Boy from the Middle East.
Chapo Middle East correspondent.
And he's gonna
Kushner.
Personal friend of Felix
He's going to
Biederman.
solve the Israel-Palestine issue, and he said it's like a real estate issue.
That's
Which
right, dude.
It's like, dude,
Sykes-Picot is just a bad zoning thing. You just got to pay a fat Italian
But
guy.
like this is one of your favorite things, Felix. It's a real estate issue because Jared is going to just go to China and beg some billionaire to buy the West Bank.
That's the best thing. So yeah, Saban starts out by going, "This is an endlessly impressive 36-year-old boy who gave up his interest in real estate to help us all." And it's like the only thing Jared has actually done is like he's like, "I'm gonna go to China to work on a deal," and he just spends his entire time there per diem $5,000 lunches with like the sons of Chinese party officials and going, please buy it, please buy it, please buy it. The ceilings aren't that low.
Offering green cards in exchange for fucking buying his shitty building, which is just breathtaking and something that is kind of astounding that we just kind of forgot.
Yeah,
happening.
he said, totally forgot.
Commenting on how Trump plans to deliver, quote, the ultimate deal of solving the Israel-Palestine dispute, Kushner said, "Our goal is to go beyond signing a piece of paper into creating an environment that builds jobs and opportunities like never before."
So Jared's going to bring Uber to Palestine. He's the real hero of Palestine. Jared's going to get a PFLP pin, a vintage one.
Oh, I love Jared.
I mean, how do you not
so
send
good.
him to fix the Middle East? The guy whose two jobs were borrowing $2 billion to buy a shitty building and turning the New York Observer into a coloring book.
I know that you said it as a joke, Will, but China buying the occupied territories actually makes the most sense. It seems like the most feasible thing.
That's probably what's going to end up happening.
I mean,